Who has been the fastest self-made millionaire in history? The creator of Priceline became a billionaire in less than a year. In 1995, his net worth went from zero to billions but went down in 2001. You will fail if you don't grasp the game's rules when it comes to making money. It's a difficult, aggressive, and merciless one. If you want to find yourself on the other side of the coin, you need to learn how the game works from those who have already made their fortunes, not from those just starting out. The rules are there for a reason, and you need to know them. Welcome to Capital Finance. This video will talk about money rules that you must follow today. Let's jump right to it. We currently live in a society where prosperity and being rich feels like a distant daydream. Some of us are grappling with ideas if it's a brutal reality of a rigged game from the beginning. Are we on the losing side of it? If there was a means to get there, would you take advantage of it? What if you did not have to renounce your goals of paying off the mortgage or backpacking across the world? The coin has two sides, but we were only shown one. The road is challenging. It is packed with hardships and ups and downs. It would necessitate swallowing some hard facts that the school system and society have yet to tell us. To begin, making and losing money is a game that might last a lifetime. As time went on, I became more serious about money and investing. To put it another way, until I made so and so. I had imagined that I'll finally be able to retire and enjoy the rewards of my labor. However, as soon as I began producing this amount, I recognized it was insufficient and that I needed to produce more. Even my so-called passive sources of income, such as dividends and interest, turned out to be more labor-intensive than I had anticipated. They had to be kept in check. In fact, it will stop bringing in money if you don't keep an eye on it. Just because you bought a property doesn't mean you'll be able to rent it out right away. It might even become a liability if you don't take care of it. The assumption that you can build an asset by doing nothing is a complete waste of time. Competitors are going to try to knock you down if you develop a great firm. You may, of course, automate parts of your chores and reduce your working hours, but in fact, this game never stops as long as you live. The world's wealthiest individuals are a good illustration of those who work even when they don't have to. Secondly, money does, in fact, grow on trees. You may have been taught the contrary, yet you will always be poor if you don't work from this perspective. To generate money while away from home, you must invest in plans that will produce cash for you when the moment is right for it. In reality, it's a lot more complicated than it appears. Planting a tree can be a challenging task. First, you must plant the seed. But that will be of no value if it is not placed in soil rich in nutrients. The tree won't grow on its own. You'll have to water it and otherwise care for it if you want it to. Trees may live for up to 20 years if given the right conditions. The fruit will continue to be produced with minimal effort after it has matured into an adult tree. Even if you're not around, your business or investment will continue to generate revenue for you. Because at some time in your life, you may get physically disabled, ill, or unable to work, and if you don't plant enough trees in your garden, you may find yourself back in poverty even if you're making $200 an hour. Number 3. It takes time for money to accumulate. Just as a tree doesn't grow overnight, neither can money. If you can, start saving as soon as possible. Compound interest may make even $50 become thousands of dollars over time. You may make your grandchild a billionaire for the price of a new smartphone in 100 years without any more investment. This is a fun statistic that you should know. Even if you don't make it to that point, your grandchild will be grateful. Let's imagine he doesn't get greedy and keeps it for his grandchild for another 100 years. It will rise to about $1 billion, even though it's foolish to wait so long. The sooner you get started, the sooner you'll generate enough money to no longer worry about your finances. Warren Buffett, a billionaire, made his first billion after 55 years. You can do it too. Fourthly, during crisis, the largest wealth transfers occur. Due to the inability of businesses to make their payments when the economy crashed in 2008, the unemployment rate rose dramatically. Joblessness, homelessness, and poverty engulfed millions of individuals. People who invested actively during the crisis, on the other hand, got significantly richer as a result of the large transfers of wealth that occurred during these times of difficulty. Overnight success may be achieved if you are willing to take advantage of the chance. Remember the founder of Priceline at the beginning of the video, who became a millionaire in less than a year by taking advantage of an event in 1995. Despite his unsustainable fortune, he held on to hundreds of millions of dollars. Financial crises are not just a government fraud designed to rip off the people. They are an opportunity for the rich to profit. Study prior crises to learn how and why they started and be prepared to be on the receiving end of the next one when it occurs. Number 5. You should expect a rise in your living expenses as you age. Every year, in some way or another, you're spending more and more money. When you were a teen, $500 was a lot of money. Now, it barely covers the cost of gasoline. For those who have a family, it's inescapable. Most individuals aren't worried about the future since they generate a good living now. However, when their costs surpass their earnings, they start whining that they don't have enough money to invest. Therefore, your income must rise each year, or you will be trapped in a cycle of poverty that will last for the rest of your life if you don't do something about it. As a result, the following rule must be taken very carefully on your part. Next, having a lot of money won't make you feel better about yourself. Everyone has insecurities, which is why many of us spend our hard-earned money on things like a new vehicle, a bigger house, or a better phone in order to get acceptance and admiration from others. Having an expensive automobile can make you feel fabulous for a few days, but you'll soon become accustomed to it and crave a more costly model. As long as you're making a lot of money, you'll always be poor. If you want to be accepted, you need to learn how to better control your feelings. While your anxieties may deplete your financial account, they will be there anyway. Instead, focus on improving your social skills and learning how to raise your self-esteem. No, I am not advocating that you forgo the purchase of a high-end automobile or a private plane. Let your desires run wild, but do so without using them to cope with your insecurities. There are less expensive and more effective alternatives. Seventh, you can't spend as much money as you want. When I was living paycheck to paycheck, I kept a very firm grip on my spending. I assumed that if my income increased even a little bit, I'd start investing. But instead, I just continued to blow my money away. When I started generating more money, all that occurred was that my costs went up and up and up. There are unlimited ways to spend $100,000 if you don't have a budget and discipline. If you don't, you won't be able to save money to invest. So, instead of continuously increasing your investment budget, set limits for yourself and adhere to them. With a few $100, you'll be okay. If Elon Musk can exist on $1 a day in the United States. Don't get me wrong, you should enjoy the money you've earned through your hard work and do anything you want with it. But you should have a budget smaller than your income since you need to accumulate wealth. Lastly, keep your financial situation a secret from others. We like boasting about our financial status. Capitalism has come to define social standing, at least for the majority of people. But the problem is that money is like a magnet and can pull you in whatever direction it wants. Everybody is suddenly pleasant to you and eager to get their hands on a portion of your good fortune. While it will make you happy and respected, it's not worth the cost. You'll get it the hard way if you don't give it to them politely. That's the reality with which we have to deal every day. Don't tell anyone if you make $1 million a year, not even your closest friends. Keep creating more, don't boast, and don't forget to be modest. It's not about having a ton of money at the end of the day. It's long overdue. Working, coming home, watching TV, sleeping, and repeating this cycle till retirement is a pattern that allows time to slip through your fingers. You may be able to live with the fact that this is the way things are. You may be following that road because you have no other choice than to do so for the time being, or just be content with it. The objective of getting wealthy is to live comfortably and spend time with the people you care about most. That would be the end of today's episode. I hope this was a good one and that you learned much about it. Don't forget to like this video and comment on your dreams and aspirations in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. While you're at it, subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to get updated on our latest uploads. See you next time!